Well, I'm still able to say good morning. It's just after 11:45 on yet another rainy day. I don't know about you, but it just seems we're locked into this. January will go down as a month when it just rained. And looking ahead into February, it looks as though, although it's a shorter month, it's going to be another month of just rain. And we start muttering, don't we, about climate change. People talk about climate change. Nobody seems to take it seriously. So who knows? Anyway, when the sun shines, we're certainly going to appreciate it. The one thing about all this rain, going back a couple of days, we took a stroll through Vicky Park up to the Botanic Gardens, full of crocuses and snowdrops and one or two daffodils just opening up. Could do with the sun. It'll make them all look so much better. But I did notice that following all this rain, the duck ponds are full of water. Now, we all know the duck ponds are politically a bit of a contentious issue. But of course, the last thing we heard is, yes, Baines and Wessex are going to get together and do something in this financial year, which basically gives them until the end of March. Now, I've been trying to find out if there's any update on that, and I am being met with a wall of silence. But I do know that the councillor who has been mainly concerned with this, Ollie Henman, has been in New York at the United Nations. So we'll give him a break. I'm not sure when he comes back, but when he does, I shall be on to him to see if there is any further news. But it is good to walk up there and once again see water and a certain amount of rubbish, of course, in the two duck ponds. I went to town this morning. I went to the gym, went to town, put my wets on, still felt cold and wet through, but rewarded myself with sourdough toast and marmalade, meeting my mate Bill in Copper. The main reason I go there is for the sourdough toast, but that is only now and again. I don't want you thinking I'm filling my face with bread day after day after day, because I'm not. My usual port of call is Rosario's. I still say Rosario's does the best coffee. And despite all these plugs, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I wanted to go down and take a shot of Marks and Spencer because it is their last day of trading, February the 3rd, in that store after many, many, many years. And of course, the excitement is that they're not moving that far away, taking over the old Debenham store. When I say old, the building itself isn't that old, and starts trading 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that's the end of trading in the old M&S store tonight, and 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm sure there'll be a queue. I'm sure there'll be a queue of people wanting to go in and have a nose around the new Marks and Spencer. And good luck to them and congratulations. And now, of course, everybody wants to know, well, who's going to take over the old M&S? As I understand it, Marks and Spencer have still got a sort of 30 plus year lease on that building. So they will be anxious to fill it with somebody. But who? Who is going in there? There are rumours about TK Maxx and Primark. But I would have thought both those stores are doing quite well where they are. Although, having said that, Primark in Birmingham is huge. It has a sort of cafe restaurant built into it. So we'll have to wait and see. If anybody does know, please let me know so I can spread the word, so to speak. While I was down in Southgate, I took a picture of one of the two H&M stores, which is now empty. I've never been in the other one because I think that's smaller, but the H&M store on the corner, not far from Apple, is it? there is a notice saying, you know, can we have planning application permission to redo the shop front, the facade and stuff. And I just assumed that H&M were closing for a refit, but not so. I'm reliably informed and have been shown a planning document which seems to suggest that Uniqlo, the Japanese retailers, are going in there, which I find incredible because Uniqlo are opening a flagship store in Bristol, and it just strikes me strange that they'll want to open another store in Bath. But if that is the case, you're very welcome. Whenever we go to London, it's always to go into Uniqlo to get shirts and socks. Good store. I'll support it. I'll certainly be there. The final bit of information for you coming up from Southgate into Milsom Street is, and here's today's picture of the hoarding, the boarding in front of Jolly's, which we know is in the process of being sort of done up so that those lovely people from Morley's can move in and relaunch it as a department store, which will keep the name Jolly's. Now, I know Morley's are very keen that the interior is as attractive as possible. All those peacock motifs will still be very much part of the scheme. They are well aware of the history of the building, which is wonderful. I even heard that there was a cafe, wasn't there, in Jolly's? And I think there is going to be a tea room cafe in the new Jolly's. So that's good news. But they are going to have to change the hoarding on the front because, as Bath Museum hinted several months ago, there's no way it's opening in the spring. There are around 40 roofs to be redone. I know they've been busy doing the windows in the front. They've got more windows to do in the back, and they've got to renovate all those roofs up top. So I'm reliably informed we should look forward to a September opening at Jolly's. And I think very soon you will notice the hoarding changing, and it will actually say, looking forward to opening our door to you all in September of this year. Now, I'm not too bothered by that because the good news is the place will be relaunched. And I think September's a pretty nice time to relaunch it too. So there we are. That's all the gossip on the high street this morning. And I haven't looked at the weather forecast tomorrow. So if you are going to queue to be one of the first into the new Marks & Spencer store in Southgate, pack a brolly just in case. And if you forget, you can, of course, always buy one in M&S. Chat to you soon.